Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. It's the 24th. It's April, and it's the year 2025. Or that's what they tell us, because we don't even know, to be perfectly honest. But here's a little bit of news, we'll call it. You probably already know that I got RFB2 back. It took me 5 years of fighting, but I got it back. Okay? I also got Richie from Boston 2, RFB2 back as well. And then today, I got RFB3 back. So, it would behoove you, or be in your best interest, to subscribe to them all, as well as BitChute, Rumble, Odyssey, and Richie from Boston TV, because we don't know how long it's going to last, but I do not care. I'm going to take advantage of it because time is a ticking, period. That's all there is to it. There's no one coming to save us. They are making serious moves right now. For instance, chemtrails are just a ridiculous conspiracy theory. But yesterday, the UK approves new plans to dim the sun to fight runaway climate change, because the climate is just out of control. You see all the fires? Yeah. And the way they're going to do it is by using this. These are three potential methods. You know, spraying it out of the back of an airplane, blocking the sun, bouncing it back into the stratosphere, or pumping it out of boats. Yeah, that's weird, man. That's really strange, because I've been telling you for 15 years. 15 years I've been telling you they've been doing this, and now they're telling you they're doing it. They don't care that people have been warning you about geoengineering and solar dimming and solar remediation and Operation Solar Shield for the last decade and a half. They don't care about that because they know Americans have the attention span of, I forget. Get it? There's a little joke there. At any rate, of a goldfish. And in the UK and other countries, they just don't care, man. They don't care. They're putting it out there. It's happening. And I cannot possibly stress this enough. You've got Bill Gates saying things like this.
I don't use some of the less proven approaches.
Such as?
I don't plant trees.
There's a lot of people who are very enamored with trees. We've got trees on this stage. Some people would even say that if you just planted enough trees, it could take care of the climate issue altogether.
And that's complete nonsense.
Okay.
I mean, are we the science people or are we the idiots? Which one do we want to be?
So that's Bill Gates gaslighting everybody into believing that planting trees would in no way, planting trees, how would that help the climate? How would that help reduce carbon dioxide? Well, first of all, this will never change. This will never, ever, ever change. Carbon dioxide is necessary. We exhale carbon dioxide. Trees inhale carbon dioxide and make it into oxygen so that we can breathe it in and repeat and repeat and repeat. And I know you've seen this before, but I'm going to play it so you can show it to people that you may know. Photosynthesis is ages old. You know what I mean? And now people seem to have forgotten about it. So here's a reminder. Share this. Or don't.
The leaves of this plant have cells that carry out photosynthesis. During photosynthesis, plants capture the energy from sunlight and use it, along with water and carbon dioxide, to produce carbohydrates, or sugars. Oxygen is also released as a byproduct. These photosynthetic reactions are typically written as a chemical formula. Solar energy, plus 6 carbon dioxide molecules, plus 6 water molecules, react to produce 1 glucose molecule and 6 molecules of oxygen. To better understand the reactions of photosynthesis, let's take a closer look at the leaves of this plant. If we zoom in on one photosynthetic plant cell, we can see the chloroplast, where the reactions of photosynthesis occur. Let's zoom into this chloroplast to get a closer look. Photosynthesis consists of 2 primary steps, the light reactions and the Kelvin cycle reactions. Both steps occur within the chloroplast. The light reactions occur within the thylakoid of the chloroplast. Here, special pigments absorb light energy and transfer it to high-energy electrons, which ultimately produce ATP in the electron carrier NADPH. Water is also split to replace the high-energy electrons. In the process, oxygen gas is released. The Kelvin cycle reactions, commonly called the dark reactions or the light-independent reactions, occur within the stroma of the chloroplast. Here, a series of reactions use the ATP and NADPH produced by the light reactions to turn carbon dioxide into carbohydrates. The NADP plus and ADP that were also produced by the Kelvin cycle reactions are then recycled to be used by the next set of light reactions.
Now, even though this has been around, this was taught to me in first grade through maybe sixth grade 50 years ago, because it's not new. It's not new. It's just being hijacked. And being modern science, of course, they had to put 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6 and 6 in there because that's just how they roll. They can't resist. But photosynthesis is breathe out, trees breathe in, they release oxygen, and repeat. Period. It's that simple. It's not a big deal. And yet recently I showed that Bill Gates is trying to hijack the word photosynthesis. This is what happens when you type in Bill Gates and photosynthesis. Right off the bat, you get this.
When we think about climate change, we need to remove carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. The most efficient way to remove carbon dioxide from the atmosphere is to use photosynthesis. It's a natural process that's capturing CO2. Graphite is engaged in what is called durable carbon dioxide removal, and so what that means is we're preserving the carbon captured by plants, keeping it stored for 1,000 years.
Now, you just heard them saying they're using photosynthesis, but then they're showing you, they're saying the words photosynthesis, but then they're showing you how they're simply cutting trees down, and crushing them into little blocks, and then they're storing them. There you go. That's photosynthesis, according to Bill Gates. This is how they steal and redirect the narrative. They're saying that photosynthesis means cut trees down and turn them into bark mulch, and then wrap them up in aluminum foil and send them to Bill Gates' house or his underground bunker. That's not photosynthesis. It's hijacking the word because they know that they're going to start spraying. Now, why are they spraying the skies? And why are they coming out and saying we're spraying the skies? Well, climate change, we don't have extreme weather in any way whatsoever at all. As a matter of fact, one of their favorite things to quack about is the oceans are rising. 57 years old. The Atlantic Ocean, I can hear it. I'm that close. It hasn't risen one iota. And perfectly, I found this. I thought this was lost forever. This was sent to me years ago by this guy. And his father was a hydrographic surveyor before him. So for the last 100 years, their family has been measuring the heights of the ocean. The seas and oceans of East Australia form the largest bodies of water on Earth. This broadly connected vast body of water represents a genuine sea level. And if you pay attention, you'll notice that in 1914, the water was at 1.11 meters. 2019, 1.05 meters. Do you see that? Yeah, that's weird. That's weird. And this is an official document, okay? I'm so glad that I found this. But long story longer, you can see with your own eyes. You can see with your own eyes. Water level isn't rising. It's quite the contrary. This guy put himself out there for this. And I know that this video is going to get hit, but it doesn't make any difference. I don't make videos for monetary gain. Richie from Boston, I had 500 million views on all my channels combined. And I looked up a video I did today, and 30 other channels had mirrored it. So I don't even know how many views I got. I never monetized. It's not what this is about. I stopped making videos until the beginning of the year, and when Trump came back around and I started seeing things pick up again, I actually went out and got a Starlink, which isn't new technology in any way whatsoever at all. Starlink is the exact same thing in size that I was using at Fort Benning when I was 11 Bravo Infantry in the United States Army. We had it 30 years ago. 30 years ago, right? More than 30 years ago. It's simply repackaged. Elon Musk isn't some inventor. Elon Musk is a showman. He's a Tony Stark type dude. I think that's his name, the Iron Man. That's all. He's a front man. It's not anything new. But long story longer, I got the Starlink so I could make videos more efficiently and upload them on the road for you guys, and I did. I even started sacrificing my only channel that was still on YouTube, Jailbreak Overlander, because it was the biggest platform that I had, and I had to put the information out. And guess what? It got punched in the back of the head just like a bully would do to a buck-toothed red-haired kid in school. That's not nice, but it happened. At any rate, Why are they spraying the sky? Why are they lying about all this? Because they're lowering the temperature of the earth. That's the goal. They're terraforming the earth. I told you this back in 2013, 2015, and 2016, and I'm telling you again now. Excuse me. I just ate chicken. It was delicious, but I'm a little burpy. At any rate, I'm making this video late because I was at the woods. I go to the woods every single night for at least an hour and a half. It's phenomenal. They're terraforming the planet because the genie's out of the box. We are looking at some crazy stuff right now. They are terraforming the planet for their demonic entities that cannot breathe oxygen. So they're jacking the sky. They're not just blocking the sun. The sun gives us vitamin B and other things. They're jacking the sky full of heavy metal. Barium, strontium, aluminum, black graphene, who knows what else? But barium, strontium, and aluminum, we know for a fact. And what does barium and aluminum mean? On the periodic table of elements that's constantly changing because they're now using AI to make new elements that didn't exist on Earth, barium is Ba. Aluminum is Al. Well, Ba, what does that spell? I don't know. Let's put our thinking caps on. That's right. Barium and aluminum, Baal, Baal. Exactly. The same entity that people have been sacrificing their children to for years. And where did Bill Gates get all his money and influence? Well, he created Microsoft. Well, first of all, he stole everything. He was the world's biggest scumbag. He makes computers I'm using one right now, to this very day, that suck. But somehow he's now a science expert that's going to cut down all the trees and photosynthesize them. Yeah, his money comes from Planned Parenthood. That's what his parents did. Eugenics. It runs in the blood, man. So this family has been sacrificing to lowercase g gods for time immemorial. And apparently that makes you a very, very wealthy man. You see what I'm saying? So recently, Charles Schwab stepped down from the World Economic Forum, and we've got a new leader of the World Economic Forum. And it's this guy, Dr. Evil 2. You know what I mean? This is a funny thing. This guy, Peter Brebeck Letmath, born in 1944 in Austria, well, he's the guy in charge of Nestle. Nestle, they make candy bars, right? They also make water. Let's go into the old Wayback Machine, and let's see what I had to say about this guy, I think back in 2013. Let's go back. Here we go.
All right, this was an article sent to me by a subscriber named Deborah, I believe. Indeed it was. Deborah C., we'll call her. And this is an Oregon couple that was told they have no water rights, and they were forced to destroy their own pond on their own property. Remember the Oregon Rain Man, or Gary Harrington, who was sent to jail for 30 days in Jackson County and slapped with a $1,500 fine for collecting rainwater on his 170-acre property? He was ordered to breach his dams and drain his ponds that held more than 13 million gallons of water, enough to fill 20 Olympic-sized swimming pools. Read this, suck this in, click on the links, see what's really going on. You see what I'm saying? Stuff like this. And this is all the way back to 2015. Did you even know about this? Because I know we did a video a long time about it, But that's what I was just saying. Nestle has managed to take every drop of water on the earth and patent it, copyright it. They own it. And guess what? Peter Brebeck, Bilderberg. That's them. Exactly. It's a bad picture, but it's coming to pass. We're in dire straits here, people. It's time to figure out what you want to do.
Well, I think that's a very, very crucial question. And it is being brought forward by some NGOs in a very simplistic manner. They are saying water is a human right. Therefore, it's not a commercial material. My answer to this is, yes, you're right. Water is a human right. The 25 liters of water that we need as a minimum as a person in order to live decently. which is my 4 to 5 liters of liquid, which I have to take to me, which is about the 4 or 5 liters for the cleaning. It's about the 4 or 5 liters that we need in order to clean the dishes. Yes, this is a human right. But I don't think it's a human right to fill up my swimming pool, to wash my cars, to water the golf course, or even to water the garden. I don't think this is a human right. And if we do not understand that the water, which is a human right, is the smallest part of the water that we are using, and that the big parts, which can be, just to give you a figure, I mentioned we need about 25 liters per day per capita. Well, we are using in the United States about 400 liters per day. So this 380 liters of water, I don't think this is a human right, and this should have a price. Why? Because if we do not put a price, we will not make the investments which are necessary in order to use the most precious of the resources that we have in a more responsible manner. The water situation gets worse and worse, and if we do not give a value to the water, those investments are not going to be made because nobody has an interest to invest because you don't have an economical return. If the value of water is zero, any investment will never yield. If the water has at least a decent price, an investment might yield. And that's why we don't make the investment.
Can you believe the balls of these people? And this isn't new information. I've been telling you this for years, man. It's unbelievable. But now this guy's going to be in charge of the World Economic Forum, or who knows? But that's who they're telling us is who's in charge. You see what I'm saying? These guys are making massive moves on unbelievably fast timetables. It's astonishing to me. It blows me away. But this is happening. This is happening now. And you need to be ready. At any rate, Richie from Boston. Links to all my channels will be below. For now, it's late. It's dark. I'm out.